I was reading in Acts 16 today, and I saw some things in there that I hadn't seen before. So it's about when Paul and Silas go to jail at midnight, and they go to jail because they're doing something good. They cast out the demon of the girl that's saying, hey, these guys are, what are they? They're servants of the Most High, and they've come to tell you how to be saved. And they kept saying that. Paul was annoyed, and he cast out the demon of the girl. And like the men were mad, they lost their source of income, and they said that these people need to go to jail. And one thing that I think is really interesting is that Paul and Silas were praising God at midnight. And I think for us, a lot of times when we get in those situations where it's dark and we're like, why am I going through this? I didn't do anything wrong. Or even if we did something wrong, we can tend to be like, why me? Why me? And that's fine. Like, it's fine, okay, to like be there for a moment or for some time, and to like feel your feelings and to grieve. But we also have to get up and praise and worship God, because it says about midnight that they were praising and worshiping God. That was the same night they were jailed for something that wasn't even their fault. And they're praising and worshiping God in the middle of the darkness, in the middle of a time when it's like, why should this be happening to me? They were worshiping God, and then they were released from their chains. And one thing that's really interesting is they didn't run away. The jailer woke up and said, hey, and wanted to kill himself. But Paul was like, hey, we're all here. Like, there's no need. And because of that, the jailer was saved and his entire community was saved, right? And then they said that, okay, hey, they need to be released. And it's so interesting that God removed their shackles, and it wasn't necessarily to free them, because there was a word in the morning that they needed to be freed, but they were free to free someone else. And I think that's just so beautiful, right? Because a lot of times we can get in our minds and be like, our freedom is for us, but sometimes our freedom is to free somebody else. But anyways, they got a word, and the people came to them and said, hey, they need to be released. And you've been in jail all night, and they said you need to be released. Most of us will just be like, yes, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out of here. I was never even supposed to be here in the first place. But Paul is so bold. Like, Paul cracks me up. Paul is so bold in who he is. And he says, what did he say? He said, what's it called? They have publicly beaten us without a trial and put us up in prison, and we are Roman citizens. So now they want us to leave secretly? Certainly not. Let them come themselves to release us. If I was in jail all night and they said, okay, you can go, I'm like, bet, I'm out. But Paul was like, no, they have to come and apologize to us. Like, we're not just going to leave quietly. Like, this was wrong. This was injustice. Like, they need to come and apologize to us. And then it's like, okay, when they found out they were Roman citizens, they were scared. And what's it called? They said, so they came to the jail and apologized to them. Then they brought them out and begged them to leave. These people put them in jail, and they had to beg them to leave. And it's just like, may the things that are holding you beg you to leave. May the anxiety beg you to leave. May the depression beg you to leave, because like, that's just so deep. Like, they were put in jail for something that they didn't even do, and now they're begging them to leave because of who they belong to, because of where they are a citizen of. Because of Roman citizens, they had to beg them to leave. And because you're a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, the things that are holding you will have to beg you to leave. So I just wanted to share that. I was just having my devotion time this morning. I'm getting ready to go to church, and I just saw Acts 16 differently, and I just pray it blesses you as much as it blessed me this morning.